Hi guys, Mary Hodges here with Lean Legal, and this is our quick video presentation on 3 steps to choosing a business name for your startup. This is actually our first video presentation. We're excited about it and we look forward to doing more of these for you visual learners out there. Okay, so let's get right to it. Step 1, get your thesaurus and start brainstorming. When you're thinking of a name for a business, the best thing to do is to start with some initial questions like, who are my target customers? What are they looking for? What's the competitive advantage I'm trying to achieve? And then you'll want to start thinking of words that are similar to or describe your product idea or service. And to do this, you can use a service called Wordnik or something like Thesaurus.com. And I know on Wordnik you can enter words and it brings up a slew of related words and terms. So that might be helpful just to jot down some initial ideas. You can also experiment with rhyming, and WikiRhymer is a good tool for that. So think, for instance, of StubHub or Fitbit, Portmanteau, and that's just merging 2 words together. And yes, I did actually pull up a YouTube video on how to pronounce that, so I hope I actually did it right. And wordmerge.com is a tool for that. So think of Groupon, where it's merging groups and coupon, or Zenefits, which recently, if you've been keeping up with startup news, got valued at $4.5 billion. So congratulations to them, but they're a company that offers employee benefits. So taking the stress out of offering employee benefits. Pungenerator.com is another tool that can help you get ideas for playing on words and whatnot. And of course, bounce these ideas off your favorite peeps, because what are friends for? You never know, they might help you come up with some ideas too. But the important thing is to just start brainstorming, writing things down, looking things up, mixing and matching, and coming up with some solid ideas in 10 or 12 or however many solid ideas. Okay, in step 2, we have keyword research. For those of you that might not know, keyword research is a powerful tool that helps find common search terms that people are already looking up, say on Google and Bing. This helps to get higher rankings in search engines if you're constantly using these keyword terms in your website, in your name, in your domain, what have you. There are lots of tools out there that can help you with this. Google has a keyword tool, Bing has webmaster tools, and there's other companies. One of them, Uber Suggest, was very popular. But that just help you in your area, whatever the product or service that you're offering, find common search phrases or keywords that people are already looking up in that area. So if any of you have ever heard of Pat Flynn, he is a online income generating guru, and he has a website called smartpassiveincome.com where he gives advice on how you can use an online website or whatnot, or online marketing, to make passive income. So in that circumstance, passive income is the popular search term. So having that actual term in the domain really helps with the search rankings. So that's just one example of that. But just so you know, keyword research can be complex. So take a stab at this, but do not lose sleep over it. What matters at the end is, that you're establishing an overall brand. So again, if you start it and you're not really coming up with anything, or you're having trouble figuring out how to do it, don't get hung up on it. Go with the name that you like and work on your brand. And the third step is to check to see if the name is available. And there are actually multiple places that you'll have to run a check for name availability. And the first one is the United States Patent and Trademark Office. They have a trademark electronic search system that allows you to look up registered trademarks to make sure that the name you've chosen isn't already protected under a trademark. Because the last thing you want to do is start using a name, gain some traction, and then later receive some lengthy and wordy cease and desist letter from an attorney saying, if you keep using this name, we're going to sue you. Because registered trademarks do have that legal protection. So make sure you do that check first. And you'll want to do a similar check on the state level. So your state registration agency should have a database that lets you know whether or not that business name is already being used by somebody in that state. So at Lean Legal, since our job here is to make your life easier, we have compiled State Business Services website's database so that you can easily find important government websites. So go to the link on the screen and then click on your state, and from there you'll be able to find the business name search link for your respective state. And then once you get to that website, you'll be able to type in the name and do a search. So keep in mind that some states make you reserve your name as an additional step from actually creating your company. So for instance, in Missouri, your name is reserved once you create the legal entity saying this is what I want to name my company. But in other states, you may have to actually file a separate document that reserves that name first, and then you file the paperwork to make the legal entity. So each state is different, so just find out from those state business services websites, and that's why we have them all there, hopefully to make that information easily attainable. And then you'll want to do a domain name search, and whois.com is a good database for that. That lets you know, is the domain name being used? When is it set to expire? That could give you some good information. But if the exact domain name that you want is already taken, don't fret, because you can probably add a word or get creative and still have a domain name that matches the business name that you want to operate under. And then you'll want to do a social media search. So if you have a business name, you want to make sure all the social media handles have that name free for use. And an easy way to do this, rather than going one by one to each different social media site, is namecheck.com, and that's namechk.com. And that just lets you, it does a search for all the major social media sites and even some minor ones. So it allows you to do it all at once. But again, don't fret. For instance, our Twitter handle is lean_legal. So there are things you can do to, if your name is taken in one way, there are things you can do to, obtain that name in another way. So once you've done those 3 steps, you've chosen the name, you've done all the searches, you've registered it in the state, then all you need to do is start using it. Get you a nice logo, all your social media, a website, and get your name out there. And that wraps up the 3 steps. Again, we hope you enjoyed that presentation. We're Lean Legal. We're here to simplify legal for startups and offer you a ton of resources to make your life easier so that you can worry about growing your business fast and lean. Again, follow us on all the social media. If you do a search on Facebook, Google+, or YouTube for Lean Legal, like it's spelled on the screen, our profile should come up, and find us on Twitter at lean_legal. We are really excited about our first video and hope to have tons more for you guys. And of course, if you have any suggestions or anything you want us to talk about, email us at customersrock@leanlegal.com. We want to hear from you. We want your feedback. We love your feedback because we're here for you. So if there's anything out there that you want, let us know. We're listening and we're waiting. Thanks, guys.